I just came back from Press Juicery and I got a 3-day cleanse because, in all honesty, after Christmas yesterday, I was just feeling like I need to do something different. So I got their Beginner 2 cleanse, I want to say it's called. So the woman numbered each of the ones on there for me. And since I did have a juice this morning, but I got this so late in the day, I'm like, instead of me starting this right now, I'm instead going to start this tomorrow. I'm gonna have some soup and have another juice because I got a free juice because I'm part of their VIP thing. So I get rewards, and one of my rewards was I got this like apple cider drink. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have that, and I'm gonna have the soup that I was talking about. And then I am going to officially start this tomorrow, and I'm gonna take you guys on this journey with me because I'm like, I have actually never done a 3-day juice cleanse before. I've done a water fast before, but that's not the same thing because I'm actually gonna be eating something every day or consuming something every day. So I'm like, you know what? Let's freaking see how this goes. I'm pretty excited. I think it's gonna be a nice reset for me because, like I said, I've just been feeling like crap ever since, honestly, for a little while, like for longer than I would like to admit. And the only thing that I can do is literally do something different, which is starting with this juice cleanse and then being more mindful of my eating overall and making sure that I'm only eating foods that are actually good for me. So we have all of them in here. This is the spiced apple cider that I got as kind of like a, oh, do you want this? It's free. I was like, sure. So let's close that up and let's sit down and chat for a little bit. So yeah, kind of continuing with what I was talking about. But before I even do that, let's actually try this because I'm really curious of what this tastes like. And I'll tell you exactly what it says is in it. So it says it's apple, cinnamon, lemon, nutmeg, and cloves. So I shook it up a few times. This is really good. I won't even lie to you. This is really good. 230 calories. And apple juice, lemon juice, ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, ground cloves. Yum. Wow, this is really good apple cider. But yeah, I have been feeling like I really need a good reset before I even enter 2026. Because when I really reflect on what I believe 2025 was for me, I think it was the year that I got into alignment. The year that I tried a bunch of different things, realized what I really didn't like, so that I can then know what I really do like. And I think if you look at your life and you are confused by why doesn't this thing work out or that thing work out or this relationship work out or whatever it is, right? Or this job work out. Sometimes it's because those things, those people, those places are meant to teach you what it is you don't like so that you can zero in on what it is that you do like and you can be more targeted in terms of where you direct your energy. And I would say not just 2025, but especially the past 5 years, okay? Ever since we entered 2020, I have really been trying to figure my life out. I've been really trying to figure out what is it that I'm meant to do here? Why am I here? And I know I'm not the only one who has those questions for themselves and all that, okay? I'm telling you my process, and I think if you can be honest with yourself and be real about the fact that maybe you were chasing different shiny carrots because you heard someone say that was a good idea, or those people seemed really cool, or that job seemed really cool, until you actually are in communication with that person, are in that career or are on that career path, you're not going to be able to decipher if it's really for you or not. And that's why I'm so grateful and why I'm doing this reset, because I'm like, I actually have a pretty good sense of the direction that I desire to go in, and I'm actively doing that now. And so many of the things that were in my way were really just me. It was my mindset, it was my beliefs, it was the people that I was surrounding myself with, it was my daily habits, it was me. I'm taking accountability for it. But what's really awesome about that is that when you take accountability for the stuff that you have been doing to hold yourself back in your life, then you can also take accountability for the fact that you can change it. And something that I've realized about people is a lot of times people don't like change. Unless they're forced to change, they are not going to change. And that's fine, but you can't get mad at life if you're the one who is resisting the change that needs to happen. And change is going to happen regardless, whether you want it to or not. Change is a constant. It's the only constant. Right now, it is wintertime, and just a few months ago, it was summertime. And in a few months' time, it's going to be summer again, okay? The seasons change all the time, okay? There's 4 season changes throughout the year. So why would you expect to not go through the same changes? Kind of crazy. So I even think about when people say, oh my gosh, you haven't changed a day in your life. It's like, that's not a good thing. You shouldn't be proud of the fact that you haven't changed. You should seek to change and become a better version of yourself. And if you're not actively doing that, then you're kind of atrophying because everything else is changing around you. So you're going to have to make some slight little change in order to keep up with the environment that you're in, the situation that you're in, okay? Inflation changes every year. Prices of things change every year. Seasons, as I already stated, change every year, 4 times a year. So you need to change. You need to reset your baseline and think about, what is it that I want going into this next year? Who do I want to embody going into this next year? And you need to make those changes. Because again, if you don't make those changes, God, universe, source is going to force you to change in some way through the experiences that you have, through the people that you meet, through the jobs that you have, and whatever's going on with the companies that you're working for or that you're working on. So you might as well be self-directed and do the things that you know you need to do instead of putting them off. And for so long, I think I was putting a lot of things off because it wasn't comfortable. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm this perfect specimen and like life is never hard for me. And even though I deal with challenges, it looks like nothing. And I'm not even saying that you're thinking that. I'm just saying in general, people can see you in one place in your life and they project all of this stuff onto you, but they don't really know you. They know you at that snapshot for which they met you, okay? But you know you're in your life, so you know what's really up, okay? You can put on a facade for only so long before it starts to catch up to you. And I think that's really what I'm going through, is that I had this facade for so long, like everything was okay, everything was going how I wanted it to go because I had a smile on my face and I'm chipper and all that stuff. But it's like deep down, I knew that I was limiting my potential and that I wasn't living up to what I truly wanted to do. And I really just had to come to terms with that and also recognize how the earlier part of the 2020s played into me getting to where I am right now and me being more clear on the direction that I want to go. And I would implore you all to maybe look at your life that way. Not everything is bad. Not everything is black or white. There is a gray area. And you can ultimately choose to see the good in whatever situation you find yourself in, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's living with your parents. It could literally be anything. But what are you learning from that situation? And how do you enter a new year kind of resetting your baseline of sorts and building a more solid foundation for yourself so that you can actually get to where you want to go, so that you can see yourself capable as achieving your dreams and reconnecting with those dreams that you thought were lost. Because I think when I think about my life, for a while, I stopped making these videos and I stopped doing a lot of social media stuff because I guess I was really disappointed for a while, because when I initially started doing this, I just was not prepared for the transformation that I would go through as a result of putting myself out there online. Not only that, I wasn't prepared for the visibility of people seeing you in your rawest form and having an opinion about it. And I think that's really real. I think if you're going to be online, if you're going to be a business owner, if you're going to be in a hyper visible position, you have to be prepared for that visibility. Your nervous system has to be prepared for that visibility. And you really have to develop this thick skin whereby you don't really weigh the opinions of others of your life heavily. And when I initially started this, I cared way too much about what people thought about me. And I let it ruin me for a time, okay? It had its place. And that's my point. It had its place. I needed to go through that to get here, to where I do have a strong sense of self. And I don't constantly need validation from other people. Although, if you were to talk to my family, they would say I do. And then it's a dig because I say, oh, if I really needed your validation, then I would come to you with every single decision that I was about to make and ask you to tell me what to do about it. And that's the truth. If I truly cared about people's validation, I would constantly always tell them every thought that I had, every direction that I was considering, and ask for them to let me know what they think about it. But I don't do that anymore. So I know I'm a changed person, but I think sometimes the people that have known you throughout your life, and I don't think this is coming from a place of malice, I think they want to keep you in that place because it's the place that they know you and it's what keeps them comfortable. Because I think growth can ultimately reflect back on those around you who are choosing not to grow. And it can be a hard pill for other people to swallow. So they want to keep you in that place so that they don't have to reflect on themselves. And that's their own journey. It's not my problem, okay? That being said, this is why it is so important to have that time with yourself and to take that moment to reflect on what's been going on the past year. How have you been moving? What people have you been surrounding yourself with? What jobs did you like? What jobs did you not like? What skills have you learned? What skills do you believe you need to learn in order to move into this next year of your life? And that's why I'm so happy that I'm doing this juice cleanse. And it just feels so timely because I've been thinking about it for, I would say, at least the past 2 weeks. And I'm finally doing it. I had actually told someone about it. I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a juice cleanse. And they were like, oh yeah, like I just don't understand like juice cleanse. I'm not really about that. I would just eliminate all of refined sugar and like certain things from my diet and then just do it that way. And I was like, okay, interesting. Like I'm hearing you out, but in my mind, I already know what I'm going to do. So like, yeah, okay, cool to hear that, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And that's how it should be. Okay. If you are feeling called to do something, freaking do it. Especially if it's something that's good for you. A health related thing. Like I'm going to a spa tomorrow too. I plan on filming that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And you deserve your tender love and care. And you deserve a reset going into this new year because you need to be your best self always. And there's no better time than to do a reset than at the end of 1 year and going into a new year. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Look forward to my 3-day cleanse video because it's coming up in a few videos after this, if not the video after this. If you like this video and you think you want to share it with a friend, share it with a friend. If you have a comment that you want to leave for our community here, leave a comment down below. Subscribe, as I said, and I will see you all in the next video. Happy New Year, and I hope you had a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate. Bye!